She's on fire. She's on fire. Like standing in the sun, you really feel the heat. I break a sweat just like every time we meet. That girl is blazing hot. She's burning up the spot. She's tearing up the floor. I'm loving what she got. Go. I gotta take my chances. I like the way she dances. She shook it up so good, just like the shoulder should. Shoulder should, shoulder should. She's on fire. 1,000 degrees. She's on fire. I'm feeling the heat like, oh, somebody better.
Hey everybody, this is Mama Sunfire at Sunfire TV, Sophie Soaps and Such, and Sunfire Teas, and MamaSunfire.com. I know that's a lot, I say it all the time, but listen, just wanted to make this quick video. This is why I'm not showing myself, because I'm still in my pajamas, but I'm sitting outside on the porch, and it's a really nice day, pretty windy, it's very nice, but I wanted to take this time, as you can see, to show some love to my plants here. This is my pot garden of herbs, and so in here is thyme, basil and thyme is in here, and I think I have a leek growing in the back there, but that's purple basil. Yeah, purple basil, and this right here is tulsi, and so that's what I want to talk about. Today I decided to deadhead or to cut off the buds. This plant has begun to go to seed, and this is going to be a flower. And I have a bunch of them. Here's another tiny one there. Comes into focus there. That's a tiny one, but they were really big. But they're coming into a seed, and so the reason why I cut off the blooms is because all of the energy of the plant is going toward producing this bloom, this flower. In the flower, there are other constituents of the basil, the holy basil seed, and flower that are medicinal as well. So all of the energy goes to producing the flowers, which is a wonderful thing. And so it is maturing. But the challenge with that is it takes so much energy of the plant to produce the flower that it takes from the essence or the energy or the medicinal property of the leaves. So and I use the leaves, if you can see, I pluck the leaves regularly, and I need the leaves to be as potent as possible, so I try to prolong the plant going to seed. Also, what happens is if it goes to seed, it becomes very leggy, long, and I want it to be bushier than it is long. And as you can see, this one decided it wanted to grow over the pot, and it is relatively full, but if it stood up, it would be kind of leggy. So down in here, as I've been cutting them off, there's some down here that's growing at the base of see if I can see the base of the stem that's growing, and that's what I want. Also, when I deadhead them, I also just throw the seeds in the pot, and I have some that's actually growing. You can't see it, there's a bunch of debris in here, but there's some in here growing. They're covered up. There's a few of them. And some over there. I don't think that's thyme, because I recently repotted the thyme. So there's some over there growing amongst the thyme. So what I did was, like I said, deadhead or clip the tips off. You want to try to clip off the first third or first top piece of the flower of the bud. So I cut off the flower and maybe the first 3 leaves. I got more than 3 leaves, but this is the top half. Yeah, the flower and the first 2 or 3 leaves. This one broke off. Yeah, see. Oh shoot, I dropped it. The flower and the first 2 or 3 leaves. And I think that's what makes matcha tea so potent, is that the matcha is green tea. It is the most potent part of the green tea, which is at the top where the bloom is, where the bud is, and you cut off the leaves from the green tea has been cut off, or the buds have been cut off, and the first 2 or 3 leaves at the top is what your matcha is. And so it's a little bit more potent, more antioxidants, and that's just a little tidbit. But this here is basil, and quickly, basil is probably holy basil specifically is a very sacred plant in the Hindu tradition, and it has probably a phenomenal amount of minerals. I think phosphorus, magnesium, manganese, zinc, copper, to name a few. Vitamin A, I think K, vitamin B. B6, I think it has B9, which is folate. It has a lot of healing medicinal properties to it. And I would say even, here's a purple basil bud. I would even say it has very strong magical qualities to it. Very spiritual indeed. You can use it to burn it in sage, like you would sage. And you can drink it in a tea for your body. It does well, has a lot of antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, so it works well with any issue to deal with inflammation, autoimmune inflammation, such as rheumatoid arthritis, any inflammation in the feet, which would be gout, the hands and joints would be arthritis, and your brain would be Alzheimer's and things of that nature. So it deals great with inflammation. It is a antioxidant, which also is helps to slow the aging process, and it helps slow the oxidation process of your body. And that's what happens when we get older. As I am getting older, I'm on the other side of 50, so it helps slow that process down as well. So in slowing the process down, it also boosts your immune system. So all of that's a little tidbit there. So now let's get back. Here is the basil, holy basil, and it's doing very well. Now I'm going to take you over to another basil plant that I have. It's not a holy basil, it's not a tulsi. And let me just add this, that tulsi has the little pretty purple blooms like that. And I'm going to show you my other plant, my other basil plant. So just hold on a minute. Let me figure out how to do this. Here is the other, let me get it in the light. Here is my other basil. It's in a pot as well. And what I want you to see is how leggy it is and how sparse the leaves are. It's not just sparse because I've been picking on it. It's sparse because it has been blooming a while, and I have been neglected to cut the blooms off. And you see how long those blooms are. It has gone to seed. I have some growing down in there in the bottom. Bunch of it growing in the bottom there, but look how long this one is. I mean, it's really long. So it has been seeding a while, and in doing so, you see how sparse it is. It's very sparse, very leggy, very tree-like, and so I have not plucked this much off of it. It's just looking a little ragged. It's watered and everything, and it's just because it is at the seeding time. It's growing. So I wanted to give you an example of what I mean when I say leggy and sparse. Let me pull back just a little bit. You can see how sparse it is. It's not bushy, it's not thick, and then there's no leaves at all, or very little growing down here on the leg portion of it. So I got to do something about that. And I guess I'll take the time to do it later because I have to get myself ready to do something else. But that's about it, you guys. I just wanted to share with you what's going on with me today, as I am showing some love to nature and some of my medicinal plants, and putting some energy back into it when I use them. I just want to cultivate them with love. So these are organic, from seed, and of course they grow in organic soil and very rich soil. So this is my contribution to my eco-friendly lifestyle. So you guys be blessed, and I will talk to you soon. Smooches. Bye-bye.